And it's where we collectively as a community help others in ways large and small to live better lives. One of the best examples of that passion for helping others is the incredible healthcare research and development activities that's happening right here in Greater Philadelphia. And that expertise in R&D, of course, is historic. Dates back some 240 years to the founding fathers, just 12 blocks east of here. It was more recent than that, just 25 years ago when a revolution in science was taking shape just up the road at the University of Pennsylvania. It is an undertaking that would transform the cell and gene therapy space, ultimately allowing patients to use their own cells to combat disease. To provide just a snapshot of that R&D impact happening here, we have seen 7 FDA-approved therapies with research origins in Greater Philadelphia over the past 22 months. The 7th was just approved last month. Those activities originated in the labs located at Penn Medicine, and Children's Hospital of Philadelphia. The first of our 5 speakers this afternoon, all presenting a TED Talk type format, is considered by many to be the architect of cell and gene therapy research nationally and around the world. And he makes his personal and professional home right here in Greater Philadelphia. He is the Richard W. Vague Professor in Immunotherapy in the Department of Pathology and Laboratory Medicine at the University of Pennsylvania, the Director of the Center for Cellular Immunotherapies at the Perelman School of Medicine, and he is the Director of the Parker Institute for Cancer Immunotherapy at the University of Pennsylvania. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Dr. Carl June. Doctor?
Well, thanks, Vi. Approximately 600,000 people a year die every year in the United States from cancer. And in 2010, we hit the proverbial grand slam, to make a sports analogy for NBC, and cured 3 patients with leukemia with a cell therapy called CAR T cells. We invented that here in Philadelphia. And they're the first cell and gene therapy to be FDA approved just in August of 2017 by the FDA. They're a disruptive form of therapy. It's a cell therapy that you give one time. One CAR T cell can kill thousands of cancer cells, and we only have to give it one time. At this point, there are more than 500 biotechs around the world. So it's now a global industry that's been started based on this finding here in Philadelphia. And they're developing new therapies both for cancer and other diseases of inflammation, such as autoimmunity and even Alzheimer's. The first FDA-approved CAR T-cell therapy that was invented in my lab here at the University of Pennsylvania then was licensed by Novartis and then is now marketed worldwide by them. So why did Philadelphia become a leader in cell and gene therapy? I think there are 3 reasons. First, Penn decided in a strategic way in the early 1990s, basically over 25 years ago, well ahead of anyone else, to invest in this new kind of therapy. With that in mind, I was recruited here to Penn in 1999. And then with many institutional resources, both from Penn, Children's Hospital, and then philanthropic and foundational support, we were able to make basic discoveries as well as have clinical translation in cell and gene therapies at a time when gene therapy had fallen out of favor in the late 1990s. And both the academic areas and biotech abandoned the field. So given this strategic commitment here in Philadelphia, we were uniquely positioned to take a leadership role then as cell and gene therapy has had a renaissance. Second, the know-how and human resources in our academic laboratories throughout Philadelphia and Children's Hospital are unlike any other institution because of this long-term investment and strategic vision. Our institutions have constructed considerable infrastructure that is necessary to support the translation of these cell and gene therapies. The infrastructure represents an investment of well over several $100 million at Penn and Children's Hospital. And this is a magnet that in part is, drawing in a broad influx now of biotech and pharma into the Delaware Valley. And third and finally, the ecosystem for cell and gene therapy in Philadelphia is unparalleled. In part, this is due to the history of early vaccine development that happened in Pennsylvania with egg-based vaccines that led eventually to the poliovirus vaccine. Given our outstanding and broad-based expertise in discovery for new cell and gene therapies, we are on a trajectory here in Philadelphia to become the Silicon Valley that will house this emerging biotech industry. Just in the last 3 years in the United States, more than $30 billion has been invested in cell and gene CAR T-cell therapies that began here. I am proud that faculty from my institute at Penn have spun out 3 biotechs in the last 3 years, including Tmunity, Charisma, and Cabaletta. It all starts with outstanding local academic infrastructure that is housed in organizations that understand technology transfer. That's why we have the science and a proven capability of transfer here in Philadelphia. It's created a huge base of human capital in discovery sciences that's necessary to drive the development of the next generation of cell and gene therapy, which will be ongoing for decades. And I'm happy to be here and share in this celebration. Thank you very much.